Hello, my name is Tom Callahan, and I am the founder of Childcare Seer. Like you, I operate multiple schools, in my case in the Fredericksburg, Virginia area. And I created this product with a bunch of other owners and directors to fulfill some of the needs we have running our centers that have been unmet by a lot of the other products. In this demo, we're going to go through a review of the Childcare Seer platform. We'll be hitting a lot of the highlights of capabilities and features that were put in place by owners and directors to make it easy to manage our centers, communicate with our parents, and bring forward the best value to our communities. I'm excited to introduce you to the software, so let's begin. Here, we see the Childcare Seer main dashboard. We designed Childcare Seer to be very easy to use in an operating school, with nearly everything available from this dashboard by simply clicking on an object and having it do whatever is necessary that you're trying to accomplish. For example, the main interface shows the classrooms that are currently operating in the center, gives you a quick view of the teachers who are teaching the classes in the center, as well as which children are currently attending. We also have an inbox where messaging can happen between staff and the school, or the school and the parents. We have the ability to see how we're doing as far as planning, and of course, being able to keep on top of what our financial situation is. Whenever you need to interact with any element within Childcare Seer, you simply need to touch it, and it will be able to have many common operations performed. For example, let's look at Chandra. By touching her picture, we're able to look at her profile, check her in, or look at her daily journal. Let's take a quick look at her profile. The profile for a child has their picture and their age, their birth date, and much more we'll discuss later in this presentation. Going back to the dashboard, let's go ahead and check Chandra in. Checking her in is as simple as clicking on her picture and clicking the check-in item. We're able to adjust the time if necessary. Additionally, we're able to select which adult is currently bringing her into the center. By clicking check-in, we see that Chandra has automatically gone into the classroom. There are multiple ways to check Chandra in and out of the Childcare Seer platform. Let's go ahead and check her back out so we can look at a different method. If we check her back out, she will go down here into checked out for the day. Childcare Seer has a kiosk that allows parents to check children in and out themselves. Let's go ahead and look at that capability. In order to use the kiosk, the parent needs to have a 6-digit code that is provided by Childcare Seer, or, optionally, they can be logged in on their mobile phone. To see how to get that code, we can go into the child we're interested in and go to his father. Notice how everything is one simple click to get to where you want to go. Chandra's father has a kiosk code of 655697, which is what we're going to use here momentarily to log her into the system. Getting access to the kiosk code is that simple. Parents are also able to, in the family application or app, access their own codes if they're logged into the system. Let's go back to the dashboard. The kiosk for Childcare Seer is an easy-to-use interface that can run on nearly any web-enabled appliance. It can be run on Kindle Fires, it can be run on iPads, and all the other devices. To interact with the kiosk, either the family can scan this code on their phone for touchless login, or they can enter the 6-digit code they are provided to begin. Here, we've logged in as Luke, Chandra's father. We can see that she is here available to be checked in, and that Keith is already checked in. We will go to Chandra, and in order to check her in, we will click Check In. Clicking OK says, please drop off the child to the class. Chandra is now checked into the school, as we can see in the background, and is ready to be checked into her class. If the parent is done, they can click Finish, or they can wait until the tablet times out naturally. It is very easy with Childcare Seer to run multiple tablets at the same time at the front desk if you have the need to have multiple people checking in at the same time. Likewise, staff are able to easily check in through the kiosk using a similar method as with children. Bringing back up our kiosk once again, we can enter the information for Susan, one of our teachers, who should be checking in and working at the front desk right now. Susan enters her information into the system and clicks Proceed. If Susan would like to, she can directly authorize a teacher tablet from the kiosk for the classroom she's interested in by clicking on the classroom and getting the QR code available. We are now going to check Susan into the center by clicking the check-in button. She's able to choose which classroom she's going to go into. We know that she wants to work at the front desk for this time, so we simply click Join. As you can see in the real-time interface, it updates everywhere and shows that Susan is now at the front desk. She can wait for the tablet to time out, or she can click Finish and return back to the main kiosk display. Many operations are possible through the Childcare Seer product dashboard. Let's take a moment and review some of the things that you can easily do. If you wish to look at a daily journal for any child to see what is going on during the day in the classroom, it is as simple as, again, finding anybody you're interested in, tapping their picture, and picking the daily journal. Here we're able to see Angela's interactions throughout the day with our school. Parents, likewise, on both the app and their desktop platform, are able to access this information. If using the app, they will also get push-up notifications whenever things of interest are changing. Things available in the daily journal include things like supply requests entered by the teachers, photos of their activity throughout the day, naps, toilet time, very rich food reporting, and very detailed activities to let the parents know everything that has happened throughout the day, including access to pictures, detailed information, and attachments. Going back to the product dashboard, let's take a look at some of the operations we can perform with staff. As with children, we can open their profile. We can also move them from classroom to classroom, or we can check them out. Clicking on the action makes it very simple to do whatever is necessary. We're able to authorize devices within our center conveniently and without needing to keep track of all these different passwords many systems require of us. To authorize a device, we simply click on the little icon that says Family Connect is enabled, and we can sign in with either a QR code or a password. With the QR code, it is as simple as scanning with the phone or tablet or whatever interface is going to be used this QR code, and the device will be authorized to be a teacher tablet or a kiosk. We can click into the classrooms, and in the classrooms, we are able to see all the activity that's happening throughout the day. We can see merges, nap times. We can also see when the staff has come and gone from the classroom, as well as both the children that have attended and have left, as well as those that are still anticipated to come later in the day or who have a before and after program. All the information is also conveniently available on these tabs to be reviewed in many different formats as desired. Within the product dashboard, we are also able to take a look at our inbox. The center inbox is a rich interface where you are able to easily send messages to staff, to the families, or to the adults directly of the children within your center. Announcements can be separated out. In addition, it is very easy to manage absences. Going back to the product dashboard, we are also able to look at the schedule for the product dashboard. This gives us an idea at a glance of what we had planned for the day. We can see the same general information and have an idea of who will be in that class and what activities may be occurring throughout the day. The awaiting release queue shows messages that have occurred in our classrooms with time to review and react to them before they are sent out to the parents in their daily journals and in their apps. The countdown timer can easily be adjusted in system settings. You're able to choose from an infinite timer, which will never release until the center director approves it, or instant release if you do not wish to have the center director need to review items before they go out the building. Expanding on an entry allows us to see which children it will be going to, what is the actual content of that activity, and should we wish to, we can easily release them immediately, put them on hold, edit, or delete them. This gives us great control over what happens in the messaging going to our parents, and is one of the features, as owners and directors, we thought were critical for Childcare Seer. Additionally, children with no group photos can be flagged and warned before they're included in a picture. In this case, we know that Angela is not in this picture, so it is okay to release this to the daily journals. The waitlist on the product dashboard allows us to see which children we have and opportunities are in our waitlist and easily sort between them. Seeing common information such as which child is involved, any tags that may be on that child, what program they are looking for, which classrooms are available to serve them, and which pricing they're being offered. Sorting children is as easy as dragging and dropping them, and from the waitlist you can easily enroll them, change them to different class, even set an estimated offer date that you are communicating with the parents, and have all that information available at your fingertips. This is substantially easier than keeping Excel sheets and many of the other ways we manage these waitlists, and is available to all the approved staff within the business at all times. Parents are automatically notified of changes to the waitlist. Returning to the dashboard, we can also interact with the main display of Childcare Seer to look at our billing. All of the unpaid services are in this area of the product and are only a click away from accessing. We're able to see which children owe us how much money and easily see even how long that money has been owed us. We're able to see any wallet balances, which is money that has been deposited for the child's benefit or in the adult's accounts to be used for childcare later. Here we see that Timothy has gone a few weeks and is more than 8 days past due in this payment. It is very easy to interface with Childcare Seer to make that payment. Isabel could pay on her app, or should she be at the front desk and we wish to do it with her or via the phone, we can simply click on that amount, see what we have to pay the selected amount. We can pay by many common methods, including cards, ACHs, cash, check, money order, and others that you can turn on and off within your system. Let's assume that she wishes to pay by credit card. She could set this up as universal auto pay. When set that way, this credit card will be used for all charges automatically as Timothy incurs them in the school, simplifying Isabel's interactions with the systems and minimizing the time we as center owners and directors need to spend chasing people around to get money. We have to select which adult is paying for it and select a card. Fortunately, Isabel has one on file, so we will simply select her card and we will say pay. Childcare Seer will process that money, and we will see that Timothy, after this update, the dollar amount will go down and Timothy will leave the list of unpaid services. All of this happens in full synchronization across all the different interfaces at the same time, avoiding challenges where people are doing things on multiple places and the system is not updating. Childcare Seer has both a desktop view as well as a mobile view. On the screen, we see the desktop view on the right and the mobile view on the left. Both of them are logged into the same account. One of the wonderful things about Childcare Seer is all the systems update and are synchronized. For example, if we wish to check a child in and we happen to have the mobile phone in our hands at the time, we can go look for the child, see that Josh wishes to come in, and check him into the center. When we do so, we're able to say the time and override it if we wish, and say check in. An interesting thing just happened. Josh joined the classroom he was planned to, but as we can see, we have a red warning, both on the desktop view and on the mobile view. A red warning indicates that we have detected a situation in Childcare Seer that there may be a licensing violation. Figuring out what may be happening is as easy as putting your mouse over the little eye that shows up in your right-hand corner. It also shows up under current issues on both the mobile and the desktop view. We do not have enough teachers in that Josh joining this classroom has just exceeded ratio. Let's go ahead and look at what we might do to fix that. Judy is supposed to come into this classroom next. If Judy was sitting at the front desk, we can on either system say Judy has arrived, and we will see that the red alert goes away for the classroom. Let's go ahead and do that. This time, we'll use the desktop view, and if we check Judy in, she goes to the classroom she's assigned to, and we've cleared up that warning in the system. Childcare Seer also detects when there are business warnings for you to consider. For example, we just fixed a situation and have Judy now in this classroom. If we go to Philip, and from the desktop check him in as well, we'll see that we've now generated a yellow warning. A yellow warning is a business warning. When we look at it, it says we have too many teachers for this situation, and we may not be operating at the most business efficient place we can. The reason we consider this to be a yellow warning is because there may be a reason you've done this on purpose. For example, Philip may be in training, in which case this would be an expected overage of teachers to staff at this time. These warnings also show up on the mobile view. Simply by expanding the classroom, we can see that it's giving us an excess teachers warning. Let's go ahead and fix this problem by sending Susan on break. To send someone to a different work center, it's as simple as clicking and deciding where you'd like her to go. Break is an example of a classroom you can set up in Childcare Seer that maps to one of your business areas on all the displays. This makes it very easy to see what's going on for all the people in the school at the same time. Childcare Seer makes it very easy to switch between different personas within the system. A persona is a specific way of interacting with the school in a given role. For example, we are currently in the persona looking at the system we've been using for this demo. If we wish to switch over, we can go to look at a different school quite easily in the software and see what is going on there. We can also switch, if we happen to have a role of both the staff and adult, using this easy interface into looking at it from the adult point of view, making it seamless for a person to have an account with the same email and login and act as both a parent and a staff member at the same time. This is easily done both on the desktop view as well as within the mobile view. As an owner of multiple centers, I find this feature to be amazingly easy to keep track of what's going on in all of my schools and see what's happening. Returning now to look at our desktop system exclusively, within the product dashboard, we also have an interactive tours that will help you get familiar with how to use the Childcare Seer software, and you're able to bring back, review, and use at your needs and at your convenience. Also available from the product dashboard are many convenient actions. We are easily able to do group check-ins, start timers on children, as well as control common activities within the classroom like starting a nap time, starting meal time, or sending children to a playground. If we wish to send a classroom to the playground, it's as simple as picking the classroom, saying what time, and starting that activity. We now see that this classroom has been listed as going into the playground, updating both the daily journal and all the information communicating with our parents. In the new menu, we're able to easily add an entire family, add a child, adult, staff class, as well as modify some of our pricing. Continuing through our dashboard, let's go ahead and look at the things we have across the top here. The status shows you these live dashboards as well as the menus we've already discussed. Family Connection is an interface that shows you the entries that have been made in your Family Connection interface, as well as the current happenings that are going on right now. It is very easy to review and look at all the different things going on between the communication within your families. Booking requests allow us to interface with the requests made by parents, either through their app, their online login, or through perhaps another staff member. We can look at a request for service and what the price is, and easily review them, seeing all the information, applying tuition assistance, as well as notes about what would happen should we honor this request. Clicking up here on the right, we can see the schedule being requested of that child and see how our availability fits in. In this case, we have insufficient teachers to honor this request on Friday for just 1 hour, and we can decide to approve or decline and notify parents from here or in many other parts of the system. Scheduled Insights shows us a view of our classrooms both through the days and through the weeks, and where we are covered with staff, where we may have more staff than we need in the color of yellow, or where we may not have enough staff and we would be out of ratio if we did not address those situations. This projection within Seer is part of the strength of this product, in that you are easily able to see issues into the future where you still have time to correct them and modify for them. Availability gives you a similar view where you can look at the capacity and what is available to offer your clients as far as hours within the school. You're able to look at hourly visits, daily visits if you wish to use them, as well as enrollments, and picking a child, enter their time information, and see how that fits into the availability within your program. This planning tool allows you to quickly and easily see if you're going to have coverage for that student, which classroom may be the best fit for them if they happen to be of an age where they could be put into one or two programs, and allows you to maximize the profitability of your business. From entering an enrollment into a program, you can easily send that as a request, which will bring it up here to booking request to be reviewed later. You can immediately put it on the wait list, or if you're satisfied and wish to enroll the child, you can make that decision from this display as well. In our case, let's go ahead and put this child on the wait list. Because we are using the wait list, we can select one or more classes that we may wish to consider them for, and then commit that record to the system, leaving a full record of the price coming directly from our price sheet, as well as what's being requested from that family. When going to the wait list of the product dashboard, we now see the request we just made, including all the information that was entered, and have the ability to review that again and make decisions or apply other activities to it. Having now looked at the product dashboard, you can see how powerful and flexible and easy it is to do all the common operations of your school from this powerful interface. Continuing down the menu here on the left, let's look at many of the other places we have within our software. Scheduling is an at-a-glance view of what is going on within your school. For staff, you are able to easily see the total hours they've worked, their actual, and their planned, and to be able to make adjustments throughout the week proactively to manage the time and attendance of the people in your school. We're able to project into the future where we may have issues and solve them proactively ahead of time, both with planned and actual data, or looking, for example, only at the schedule. Staff is easily able to access their schedules and see where they're supposed to work, both from the app, the mobile view, and a desktop view of the platform. Childcare Seer does not restrict logins, and you can have as many staff and children and classes as you may like for your single subscription. The child schedule is similar to the class, and it shows when you're expecting to have the children, as well as when they have actually attended throughout the week. The classroom schedule shows you the classrooms and the teaching schedule that you have set up for that class, so you know who will be at each location throughout the day, both this week and to many weeks into the future as you wish to plan it. Our food menu is a very easy to use interface where you can quickly and easily control, edit, modify the meals you're going to offer. Say, for example, when you go to prepare this meal, apple slices were not available because they had gone bad. Changing that is as simple as replacing the word, and you will update that in the product as well as for teachers in that classroom when they apply that meal. This type of real data sharing and real interaction is a very easy way to coordinate the kitchen and the classrooms, as well as provide information about the menu going forward, which parents are able to access and view ahead of time, as well as staff. Our activity planner is a very robust and rich interface where you can do your lesson planning and build your lessons ahead of time for your center. The information available when planning a lesson is very complete, including the date, which classes are going to offer that program, what the name of the activity is, a description, which will show up in the Family Connection interface automatically, the learning objectives that this lesson is designed to handle, any note that you wish for the teacher to be able to know as far as applying this lesson, and the supplies that this lesson will consume. It is very easy to add attachments to your interface, links, and other information. This information, when provided, immediately comes through into the Family Connect app. For example, let's go ahead and switch over to our tablet interface and look at how this food menu and these activities tie through to our system. Here we have our interface system for the Family Connection. If we wish to apply the food menu, for example, the one where we just had to change from apple slices to orange slices, we're able to pick the children or child, pick the meal, and you will see that change automatically propagated to the system. Adding a food entry is very easy in that you can change all of the items, or you can say how much of each item was eaten, including, where applicable, the ability to specify exactly how many ounces or quantity of an item was consumed. You can add additional meal items, make any comment, save that, and that will immediately go to the release queue to appear in the family journal once approved. Likewise, we just created an activity, so let's go ahead and apply that. If we look at Nina and we take the activity and apply it to her, this is the N1 we were just looking at, has all the information coming through. We can attach a picture, decide what we wish to do to augment it with in-classroom activity, and add it to that child's record. This powerful interface minimizes how much time is necessary in the classroom interacting with the tablet, allowing our teachers to spend their time engaged with the students while keeping the family informed. A classroom of Childcare Seer's Family Connection app is available in all versions of our product. We will come back later and spend more time going through the various features of this part of our software. Returning back to our main product display, Classes on the left-hand menu will show you the various classes you have in your center, which type of class it is. You can have work centers like administration as well as education classes, the name of the room they're using, any enrollment limits, and the typical ages of that group. When clicking through to a class, you're able to see the activities in that class, including who's attending, what the plan is, what staff is covering it, when the children are coming and going, and many other convenient information to help you easily see and manage activities planned and going on in that classroom. On the Children menu, we get a full list of all the children that we can easily filter, sort through, and modify to get information about the children who are attending our class. Here we see, having brought it down to just the people who are taking part day weekly, we're able to see what ages they are, what rooms they're in, and should we wish to, select just those children and do common things like starting a new discussion or sending a message, adding a special charge, checking them in and out, or copying their emails into our clipboard so we can send emails through another system. Likewise, we can send out validation, which will send an email to the parents asking them to update the child's records, enroll them, or make adjustments to tuition assistance. In addition to activities that can be formed on the list as a whole, when going into the child profile from the children list or from the dashboard, you're able to see the child's information, their home class, any notes, food provided, what services they are enrolled in, all in one quick and easy to use interface. Their parents and emergency contacts are available. You're able to handle messaging back and forth to the families from this interface, look at their schedule in a graphical view, both on a day, week basis, and many weeks into the past and the future. The document interface allows you to easily attach documents to the child's record. For example, if we take this document and attach it, we're able to put that into their record so it can be viewed later, either by staff or when turned off by both the staff and the families. One of the very powerful features is the ability to set an expiration date on documents, which will keep us informed when a document needs to be updated in the future through various reports, making sure that we don't lose those important records like immunizations, and the system can help us. Validation under documents is when we've sent out a request to the parents, we're able to see what information they provide to us, and we're also able to review any documents that may have been archived because they no longer apply. The money interface under Children gives a full record of the payments they've made to the system, what any wallet balances they may have, the services that they're enrolled in both now and plan for in the future, their current services, any automatic payment information that is put in place. For example, Lucy has taken Chandra and has her in Universal Auto Pay. Assistance commitments is tuition assistance or subsidy management, where you can easily manage subsidy and third-party payments for children. Family Connection shows the daily journal. Here we see Chandra's daily journal as it's been built so far through the day. She checked in just a little bit ago. You can see the happenings and the activities of Chandra throughout the day. And you can see any entries that have been made for her, including when they were made. Communication log shows all communications going back and forth with the child, the family, and allows you as well to keep notes for your own records so that you're able to quickly reference them. When we switch over to the adult view, we find it has an interface very similar to the child interface. You can see the adults, and you can see which children they are associated with. You can also filter, as we saw with the child list, and look at adults by different statuses, who they are in relation to the children. You can select multiple adults and start a new discussion with them. As with the child interface, you can also click into an adult and look at their individual records. Here you'll be able to see the attendance of the children, any wallet balances they may have, all the different tags that the parent has put or you have put on that system to be aware of, any money that is owed, including the ability to easily pay it from here, their kiosk pins, which give you information about how Jayla would access the system, quickly add notes for your records about the family. Adults also have a Documents tab, which is identical to the document interface for the children and allows you to see both the children's records as well as their own, including the management of the expiration dates. As we can see, this document has expired and should be replaced. You can easily download documents or archive them as you need to. The money interface will show all the money going on with regards to that adult and the children they have within the system. You can see all the payments they have made, any wallet balances or transactions they may have had, the automatic payments, as we can see here. Angela is set up on an automatic payment system, and any stored payment methods for that family. As needed, you can export records to both PDF and CSV from most of the interfaces in Childcare Seer. Continuing on with our left menu, we have the staff interface, which by now is becoming familiar. The staff is listed. You're able to filter and control information to build a staff list of who you want to look at. For example, by roles, whether they're active or they're no longer employed in the center. You can easily clear and get the entire list back. You can edit information directly from this display, for example, putting in someone's email, and send them invitations to the Childcare Seer system so that they can access their own account. With a simple click, you can click into a staff member and see critical information like where they were planned to be and what times they've attended, what their general availability is as a schedule, contact information, typical homeroom classrooms, as well as, in the case of adults and children, the ability to manage documents, see their activities within the center, and if you have access, the ability to manage their pay rates stored in Childcare Seer used for reporting throughout the system. Continuing down the left-hand menu, we have Tuition Assistance. Tuition Assistance allows you to have any third-party payer and manage how they are interacting with the system. For example, we have Jimmy Smith, who already has a contract in place that is providing $50 of assistance weekly. Clicking into Jimmy, we can see that he has an enrollment in Tuition Assistance, and we're easily able to add extra assistance, pay a bill, or add an assistant adjustment if we need to. Say, for example, if there's a holiday or an absence requires changing the assistant's records that will be generated as reports from the system. We're able to, with Childcare Seer, review their enrollment, where we can see the tuition assistance is applied, and if, for example, there is a change of application, we can add a new one, or we can edit an existing application to change the amount that is being provided by the third party, subsidy provider, or others, and therefore changing the family's weekly copay. For example, for Jimmy, let's assume that the third party has agreed to pay $10 more per week. Simply changing that number will update all the information on the system, and we're able to say that this change is effective this week and has no end date. Upon applying that change, these charges are now updated in his record, and his bills moving forward will be adjusted. Managing and applying tuition assistance is as simple as that. Here we're also able to see, now that we've made the enrollment, the assistance has been changed, what the copay now is, as well as all the important information about that enrollment. Moving on in the left-hand menu, we can look at the Reports tab. Childcare Seer's reports are very robust, and they show you all the different areas where you can get information out of our system, be it from attendance, allergies, financial information, payments and charges, as well as expiration of various documents. Reports that you find exceptionally useful, for example the Staff Weekly, can be starred and will then show up in your favorite reports where you are quickly able to, for example, do a full payroll report and export it to your system as PDF or CSV for quickly processing of payroll. Clicking here allows you to quickly expand and get all the details about the payment information for easy understanding, and you can of course switch forward and backward in time to look at previous records. Other reports that people find exceptionally useful include in the finance reports, looking at all the different types of payments, either online or, for example, all the payments, where we can see all the payments are to our school, seeing who is impacted by the payment, which person made the payment, and what type of payment they used in the process. The pricing tab allows us to see all the programs that we offer within our business and customize them. Childcare Seer is able to manage very robust and rich program schedules, including both full-time and part-time, as well as flexible care, hourly visits and daily visits if you wish to offer them, manage how late fees are handled, as well as control all the different add-ons or other charges and credits you're interested in applying within your center. Lastly, on the left-hand menu, we have the My Center, where you're able to control many of the common settings Childcare Seer uses, including adjusting your ratios, looking at the bookings going on within the system, licensing, where you can change the plan that you subscribe to with Childcare Seer. Once the plan is selected, the billing history will also show up in this display. A convenient summary of our plans are available on our website at childcareseer.com/pricing, where you can see all the features that are enabled at each level of the product. Returning to our settings, you can also control things like the tags that are being used in your system, online payment settings, and managing the devices that you're operating and seeing which kiosks, tablets, and other interfaces are in use by which people and how long ago they've been used, allowing you to quickly remove systems that have been authorized with the product and are no longer actively being used in the classrooms. Now that we've gone through all the different menu items within Childcare Seer and we've looked at it from the desktop point of view, let's take a look at a couple other common interfaces. Looking at the teacher tablet, you can see that all the information is synchronized with the main dashboard of Childcare Seer shown on the left. In the teacher tablet, we're able to see the ratio, any messages from families that may need to be replied to, as well as events currently going on. We're able to see the staff and the children. In the upcoming view, we're able to see activities that we have planned for the center. For example, Samantha is running late. We expected her to already be here, but she has not yet joined the center. As with all the interfaces in Childcare Seer, it's simply a matter of touching the interface you're interested in to see what is going on from the teacher's tablet. We can look, for example, at her schedule and see that she did not show up as expected off of the school bus at 2:50. Things that we have planned for our center can easily be executed from the upcoming. For example, we're coming back off of the playground right now. We will simply say end, and the tablet will give us 10 seconds in order to make sure that we're sure that this wasn't an accidental click, and then we'll execute what we just asked of the system. As you can see, when the system updated, the classroom itself on the main display updated as well, so everyone knows these children are back from the playground. Looking back at the live status, we no longer have an event, and we can create other ones as needed. Messaging allows us to message the families through the app and through their interfaces where they will receive these messages, including whatever topic we may wish to talk about. The message, whether it's an announcement and we're going to allow replies or not. In addition, easily able to attach attachments and photos to the interface as needed in the messaging we wish to have. This is a common way in which we can say things, for example, like water play tomorrow, and let the family know that the children will be outside and playing on the playground. Once a message is sent, if the family wishes, they can reply, and the teachers will be able to see those communications and conversations. Here we can see the message we just sent out, that it went to the families, and right now it's awaiting approval because it has moved over into the release queue for childcare Seer for our center directors to take a look at before they decide they want to send it out to the parents. If we were a center director, we would be able to see this message going out, look at the content of it, and decide if we are happy with it or if it needs editing, and upon our satisfaction, release it, in which case the tablet will be updated and we can see this message has now been released and that the families have been sent that message. The notebook feature in childcare Seer allows us to keep notes within the classroom. If we wish to add a note, we can easily say anything that we wish everyone who uses the classroom to know. For example, we need to get new toilet paper for our classroom. Philip can easily add that note to the classroom so that someone knows to do that later. Also, the Family Connection tablet easily allows us to change identities whenever the tablet is used in a shared classroom. Changing identities is as easy as clicking the icon. If, for example, we need to say more trash bags are needed, we're easily able to add that note and record that this was done by Judy. Entry logs show us all the activities we've done throughout this day in the classroom for the various children so that we can easily review. Parents are able to access the system through many convenient ways. For example, a parent has their own interface into the childcare Seer product as shown here. This is Jayla's account where she can see her children, Angela and Ronnie, and all the pertinent information, including any billing and scheduling that may be necessary. She's able to see a feed, which would be the same that would show up in her app if it were installed on her phone, that shows all the activities going on throughout the day, conveniently and easy. She's able to see all the financial transactions through the money, look at the wallet balances, any automatic payment method she has, and what cards she may have stored. The documents are able to be quickly seen for those she has access to, as well as she's allowed to share documents with the center and either attach them to a child, set an expiration date if applicable, and set which child the document may apply to if it doesn't apply to her directly. Once the document is saved in the system, it'll become available on that child's profile and available to the center. Through the calendar interface, the parent is easily able to make requests of the center as allowed. For example, hourly visits or even to request different programs. Doing so is simple as picking which child they are interested in, what date they are considering for the activity, the start time that they are requesting the hourly visit for, and if they have any other fees. With this, we are able to easily see the existing enrollments for the child and that there is an hourly visit being requested as well, any available slots that the child may have access to, and to put on additional fees. If the family is happy with their request, they are able to send that request through the software for the center director to consider. All of the pricing and information that is occurring for a visit is actually generated directly from the pricing list of the center, greatly simplifying communication of pricing and other information to your enrolled customer. For the food menu, we are able to see which food is being prepared for the children both today and into the future, allowing parents to plan ahead in their meals. The My Center interface has information on contacting the center and when the daycare may be closed as well as their operating hours. Lastly, the parents are able to scale how much information they wish to receive as far as events being relevant to them, or important ones only, or if they don't want to have messages from the system at all. In addition to the desktop interface, childcare Seer fully supports a mobile interface for the parents that is also equally easy and convenient for them to use. Here we see the mobile interface of childcare Seer, and we can see that Jayla is able to see her money, move money to the children, get her kiosk password easily, as well as look at the children's information and access whenever she desires the daily journal, which is a very convenient interface where all the activities happening throughout the day occur. The app that comes with childcare Seer at no additional charge looks very similar to this interface and is able to do similar things. From the mobile phone, the family is still able to request hourly visits if allowed, recurring visits, or enroll in a program. They're able to send messages back and forth, including the ability to send absent notes. When a child is selected to be absent, that information is directly related to childcare Seer, and their scheduled plan is updated. As we scroll down in the app that comes with childcare Seer or the mobile view, we're able to see all the requests that we've already made. We're able to see which home class our child is, if we're going to provide food, any notes we wish to record against our child for the center's awareness, as well as convenient and easily see the schedule summary of their expected attendance coming up. A click on Family allows us to see the entire setup of our family and to control what access others have to our children if we are a family manager. Documents are also available on the app and in the mobile interface, including downloading them, uploading new documents. Going back to the top of the mobile interface, we're easily able to see things like the inbox, where all the messaging going back and forth between us and the school is available, both to the classroom or to the center directly. We are easily able to search through our messages to find a message of interest or click into a message and communicate back and forth with the center on a specific topic. As we will see here in a moment, when we reply to a message as a parent, because we replied to a message that was in the classroom, we can see here that the teacher tablet has updated with the message that needs replied, as has the main center inbox, showing the synchronization of all the different elements of childcare Seer. Because it was a family message to reply to, a teacher in the classroom can click Needs Reply and see that Angela has just answered. Either reply to that message or say it doesn't need a reply. Likewise, the center can click onto the message and see the same thing. This allows true teamwork in responding to our families and making sure we are well engaged with all the different aspects of our center. In all of childcare Seer, one of the common features for all different users of our systems is the ability to quickly get support from the childcare Seer team. In the lower left-hand corner of the desktop and of the tablet view, as well as for families, it is one click away to interface the help system and to talk to our customer success team. Clicking on the question mark in any of these places will allow you to type in a message and to decide which method you'd like to be contacted back through, either by email or if you have a phone number stored, by phone. In general, childcare Seer prefers to interact by phone whenever possible, unlike much of our competitors. When interfacing from one of the other systems, you'll see the interface still has the same information. There is a setting in the childcare where you can say whether you will allow us to talk to your families or if you'd prefer for us to work through you. In addition, in all the different help interfaces, including on the tablet, you're easily able to go to our support solution site and ask any question you wish and get information about how to do that in the childcare Seer product. Lastly, for many common activities, we have the I Want To feature. I Want To has common things that you wish to do within the software broken out in convenient and easy steps that are quick for you to follow. Click on an item of interest and get detailed information on how to do that activity. This concludes our tour of the childcare Seer product. We thank you so much for your time today, and we hope you enjoyed going through the product and learning all the wonderful features and capabilities owners and directors have put in place to help manage your center. If you are interested in learning more about childcare Seer or continuing on with the next steps, we encourage you to go to our website, www.childcareseer.com, where you can immediately start your own version of the software we've been using in this demo. You will get a full running demo daycare with similar children set up for you already, allowing you to try the different features and interact with the software for yourself. We thank you so much for your time and wish you a wonderful day and look forward to hearing from you soon.